Today I have a huge reveal that I'm going to do just for you, and I'm going to do it right now.
But first,
Oh,
I actually have a surprise for you.
oh my God.
To see all these gold coins I got?
What is that?
Yeah, you'd like to know, right?
What is that
Aren't they
about?
beautiful and shiny?
They are so beautiful.
Yeah, I brought them for today because I have a very special game for you I want to show.
Okay. And the gold coins are related to the game?
They are related to the game. They are related to the beauty of the game that we're gonna watch.
But how?
I'm gonna show you. You're gonna have to stick around to see why I brought these gold coins. I even have a special gold coin that you might get as a reward.
Oh my God. But
Yes.
can I then do my reveal first and then?
Oh yeah, you can do your review.
Okay. So, guys, I've been wanting to share this for so long.
But actually, before you do the reveal,
Okay.
I have been looking at your fingernails, and I thought they might need a little bit of a manicure.
Okay.
So I brought some things for us today
Okay.
because I've been wanting to do this for a while. We have these beautiful nails that I
Yeah.
thought would look very good on your hands.
On my hands?
Yes, on your hands. You have several things you can choose from. I even have some with a little bit of a chess motive.
Oh, with a chess motive.
Yeah.
Okay. If I accept this, I guess I could make cool ASMR sounds.
Yes, exactly.
Will I then be allowed to do my reveal?
Okay, you can do your reveal.
So you
Then
do my nails, I do the reveal,
and then I
you
show you the gold coins and what the point.
what the
is with the-
secret is about that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. Okay.
Let's try it out. I'll put my hand here, this one. Okay. Never had this done before.
Just putting on some glue to prepare the nail.
Okay. I'll change your mic a little bit here. Okay. So the big reveal is about you.
Yes.
And an hour ago, at the time of uploading this video, we just published the first Study Queen video
Yes, it's very exciting.
on your own channel.
On my very own channel.
So everybody here, please consider checking that out.
Yes.
It's just called Study Queen ASMR, and we uploaded the first video that I helped you make, and in 2 days the next video will come. And yeah, are you planning to just do this regularly now?
Yeah. Do your nails or do videos?
Well, I might get addicted to the nails.
It's quite satisfying to have long nails, especially when you do ASMR in this chessboard.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Isn't it a beautiful nail?
Okay, I am already a little
You're
bit.
already a little bit hooked, right?
Yeah.
But it needs to dry a little bit. So,
I have.
yeah, so be careful with it. Then I was thinking, because I have some beautiful colors here. So you can see I also have these.
Oh wow.
What do you think? Are they too pink?
No.
No? Good.
No. I am very secure in my masculinity, I feel.
Yeah, that's good.
Also, I don't really suppose I need to be very secure in it. I just, I really like pink.
You know,
What can I say?
it's a lovely color.
It's a lovely color. But do you have something chess themed as well?
I do actually. The thing is that your nails, they are a little bit broader than mine. But I have one for your pinky finger.
Okay.
And I also have, I think this one could also be very cool. Maybe this will fit here. Or maybe over here. Yeah, I think this will be a good fit for this nail.
Okay, wow.
So let's do the pink one for this one. It's gonna be very, it's gonna be a little bit of a mixed manicure you're getting.
Yeah, but I like to think of myself as a colorful individual. So I like that.
I promise they're gonna be very good for tapping the board.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And you have a game you want to show me that's, well, gold coins and secrets and stuff?
Yeah, it's very. I have been a little bit secretive about this, but I like to be. No, it's a very beautiful game, and that's also, why we're dressing you up a little bit for this. I think you need to be, dressed up for the occasion of this. It actually goes to be the most beautiful chess move ever made.
Oh.
Yes.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
Is it the Shirov Bishop H6?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. So there are many beautiful chess moves that have been made over the time, but this one is surely. Isn't that lovely?
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
It looks really cool. Still hold it still for a little while because it needs to dry the glue.
I will.
Can you give me this now? Then I will give you the chess themed one.
Cool.
I didn't have a whole lot of these.
But how did you figure that it's the most beautiful move? Can you give me some clues? What kind of beauty are we talking about here?
That is such a good question, because beauty is, of course, in the eye of the beholder. It's very subjective that something is beautiful. When I talk about beauty on the chessboard and outside the chessboard, I think of, something being unique, something that is not seen every day, something that is not super common, or something that maybe has a bit of a surprise to it.
Right.
Like your nails, they're going to be very beautiful because they're going to be unique.
And I think also, my friends, how long does this last? Because I want to show and surprise them.
Well, I think it should hold at least for a few days.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
It is a little bit of you need to get used to having long nails, because some things, they get more difficult, like typing on the computer.
I was thinking.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice.
But I can flash them for my friends, and
oh, look at that.
That is so
That
cool.
is so beautiful. And then we have a final chess thing here. Let me see if that will fit your smallest. I think that's a good fit. Let me just see. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, because I know a lot of chess games, and I'm thinking about
I know you
beauty.
do. You maybe know more chess games than I do, actually.
I have covered a bunch of them.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm thinking about beauty, and I'm thinking about what kind, because it's not the game necessarily, it's the move. It's a particular move.
Yeah.
It's a particular move. What do you think? Maybe I can get some clues. Like, what is a beautiful move to you?
Well,
you say something
I said
original,
something surprising, unique. Of course, sacrifices, they can be at least surprising, but they're not necessarily unique. Like there are common ways you can sacrifice the queen, and while that has an amount of beauty, it's not necessarily unique, like if you will find it in every puzzle book.
Yeah, like maybe bishop captures on f7.
Yes.
It's a sacrifice, and it can be cool, but it's not necessarily beautiful in the sense that in every single position where a bishop can capture on f7,
you're gonna look for it.
I'm going to consider it.
Yes.
So you're saying we're talking about something way more surprising.
Something more surprising than, it's not a scholar's made, or it's not a common.
Okay.
But there is something, and I can give you another hint, which is, look, that is very cool.
I feel like such a boss right
And then,
now.
can I get your final? Because I don't have any ones that I can glue on.
I don't know how to put.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
So
But you need to hold it a little bit so that because the nail polish will drip off on the board if it's. So can
I put something underneath or something? It's just.
Yes. Let me see. Can you use this for? Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah, I can give you a small hint for what I think is is beautiful in chess as well. You know, we always look for checks when we're playing chess. We always look for forcing moves, you know, checks and captures. But I think that quiet moves, you know, moves that aren't checks, that aren't captures, they have a certain beauty as well, especially if it's a quiet move that's actually deadly.
Okay, so with that clue, I'm thinking about a guy like Karpov, maybe.
No, maybe, yeah.
But so I wouldn't necessarily. So he made a lot of these ultra deep moves that, like he would move a pawn one square and nobody would understand why, and then 20 moves later, that pawn is exactly where it needs to be, and his opponent has no moves. But he did that all the time.
Yes.
So that's a strike against it, I feel.
Yes, and I'm... Yeah, perfect. So you mentioned Karpov and his kind of very patient and style where he would play, you know, a move and then you say 20 moves later. That turned out to be the exact right spot for the pawn. But what if a move could be, you know, both quiet, like subtle, but also super deadly? I'm talking not waiting, you know, 20 moves to prove its point, but already on the next move.
It's just, it sounds like an impossible move. It's a move that is both deadly in the terms of, I guess, winning on the spot more or less.
Yeah.
But it's also a quiet move.
Yes.
And it sounds a little bit like it's not queen captures h7 revealing an attack or something. It sounds like it's not at least not a traditional sacrifice either.
It's very it's very untraditional. It's very I don't know how to put it. It's just unique. And you say it sounds almost impossible. It's not impossible, but it's definitely not something you can do every game. That's why this game became so famous.
Is it the only time we know of that this kind of move have been played?
I think I have never seen it before.
Okay.
Oh, I'm thinking here, Pinky Nail could get one of these ones. They are not very lovely.
So, okay. Is it a fork? Is it a type of fork?
No, that would not be. No, it's not a type of fork.
It's not a type of fork. Is it a discovered attack?
Not really. It's very hard to put. I mean, I know the move, but it's hard to put like a label on the move. You know?
So it's not a discovered attack. It's not a fork. It's a patient, silent move, but it's also immediately deadly.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime move.
Okay.
Something you would, you know, I think I would retire from chess if I played a move like that.
Just because, like, I can never top this.
Yeah, I would feel like now there's no, you know. Is
it a smothered mate?
It's not a smothered mate, though. You know, I love smothered mates.
Yeah.
I think that they're beautiful, though they are,
of course, common.
Yeah, you know, they're not the most common, but they are.
We've seen them a lot of times.
Yeah, and they involve as a queen. Okay, queen sacrifices. They have a certain charm to them.
Look at that. That is
so pretty.
Baller.
Okay, let me see. I really wanted to use one of these checkered nails. I'm just not sure if they will fit. Maybe they will fit.
Different question.
Yes.
Maybe I can get some more information out of you by asking how you like beauty in general.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you find there is a comparison about what you find beautiful in chess and in, I don't know, people and paintings and
queen sacrifices.
I'm really into the French Revolution.
Yeah,
it's very beautiful.
And, very bloody and no, I think there are some similarities. Like again, I don't want to. I think today beauty has become very conform. Like a lot of people, they strive to look the same and maybe have the same kind of faces and
the same kind of filters
that makes the same faces, or wear the same brands and clothing, and while that can absolutely be pretty, I think that in order for something to be beautiful, it has to be like has a certain level of uniqueness or surprise to it.
Yeah, maybe I'm just.
What do you think?
I'm just like sort of getting a little bit inspired by what you're saying there, because it's pretty deep, I think, for me, and I think I very much agree that for something to be beautiful, like in that sense where you just go, whoa.
Yeah.
Then the surprise factor is linked for me, I think, to curiosity, where maybe it's a person who dresses in a certain way, maybe it's a painting that does a thing, or it could basically be
a building,
basically anything. Let's say it's a building that is beautiful. I think the first thing I would think of, the first question I would ask is, by looking at that building, do I want to enter the building? Do I want to figure out what on earth is inside this building? So it makes me curious, like what is going on here, and it makes me want to explore. Do I feel like, I should go around this building? What will this look from the backside, for instance?
Can I get this one?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think we
can do the thing here, maybe.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's very cool.
Is this good? Is this okay?
This is fine. Yeah, I agree. Like it has to spark some kind of interest or curiosity. And I think that's the same with chess moves. Like if you have to say, oh, how is that, how does that work? Or what is the next move going to be after this beautiful move? Because, a move in chess rarely I kind of hit here, it's fine. It rarely stands on its own, like it's connected to the move that came before, the move that will come after. So, it's typically an idea that is beautiful.
Wow, yeah, that's
now
deep.
We're getting deep.
Now we're getting deep.
Can I get your other hand back? Because then I will see if we can use...
Oh, we're going even deeper with this.
Yeah, I thought, you're going to get the full experience here.
I'm so excited about this. So, those are stickers?
Yeah, those are some stickers that I found. I haven't actually tried them myself, but I thought that they looked pretty cool. So we have these.
Do you know what about beauty? If we say it's a person, like we have so many words for attractiveness. We have beautiful, handsome, attractive, hot, stuff like that.
Yes.
I think the word beautiful is different from, let's say, hot, in that a person can be hot in a person can be hot in a conformist way, because like you're looking at it more like, well, let's be honest, like an object almost. But if you say a person is beautiful, think that it taps into the fact that every single person is unique, kind of like every chess game is unique. There's only one of that person, and if you can see that somehow on the person, in the way they express themselves, in the way they carry themselves, in their, if you can read it on their face, see it in their eyes, so you feel the courage the person has to be themselves, and you get interested, because if it's a person you haven't met before, and it's a person that is, wow, beautiful in that way, then it's something that's completely new for you, and it can have value for you. Like, there's something I can learn, a new perspective on life, on the world, and everything. So I don't know what it is, but apparently when I get my nails done, I go super deep.
Yeah, it's very, it's almost like a meditative state, right?
Yeah, and we have people watching, we should remember, and everybody here, if you are meditating along with us here, or contemplating beauty and stuff, then
okay, let's see if we can just get a final statement this one.
Then that is just so cool, and you are so welcome. Chill out like this.
Yes, and we're almost done with your nails.
And we can do the chess game.
Meaning that we can move on to the chess game. I just wanted to add a final sticker in this one in the middle. They're very tiny. Oh, that is a little bit. I'm gonna do it like this. Look at this beautiful one. Okay.
Can I try tapping them?
I actually think you're all done now. Maybe these need to dry, but you can definitely try a little bit of a tap. That sounds nice.
That is so cool.
Yeah?
Thank you so
Do you
much.
like it? I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Then next up, we're gonna see what the secret was behind this little gold coin.
Hello. That is. And welcome to a Chess Nail Edition.
Yes.
We have a great thumbnail for this video. And you are here, Miss Study Queen.
I am here, and I'm afraid I've made your nails too pretty, because this is the first video where your nail game is better than mine.
I'm outshining you, but
you're completely outshining me.
But it is, you did the nails.
Yeah.
So
you know, the creator. Okay, so we're gonna watch this gold coin game, and you're sitting with the black pieces, and Frank Marshall was the player with the black pieces.
So it's an old game.
It's from 1912, so yes, it's pretty old. And Stefan Levitsky had the white pieces, and he started out with the move d2 to d4.
Right.
And Frank Marshall, he played the move e7 to e6.
Okay.
Yes.
So, will you give me a clue about when the beautiful move?
Oh yes. It's not right in the opening. I will give you a clue for sure. Now Stefan Levitsky played his pawn, king pawn, 2 squares up, and now it transposes to the French defense.
With d5?
Yes, exactly.
I'm going to do this a lot.
Yes. It sounds good.
d5.
Nice. d5. And Stefan Levitsky, he wanted to protect this pawn, so he put his knight on c3. And Frank Marshall, he played the move c5. Yeah,
that's the point of the French.
Yeah.
To,
it's a little bit early, actually. Today people rarely play this move. This is the most common move if the knight had went to d2. On c3, it is considered to be a small inaccuracy, because white gets a little bit of good play against d5, but it's still completely playable. Now, Stefan Levitsky developed his other knight, to f3. And Marshall, he also developed his knight. Can you guess which one of the knights he developed first?
Well, I'm thinking perhaps maybe knight f6 to sort of tempt black into playing e5. I'm just trying to be fancy.
Yes.
Like knight c6 undermines d4.
Yes.
So that's the natural move for me. So I'm going to go with knight c6.
Knight c6. Now you have the pawn on c5. You can go there without blocking the pawn. Okay. So here Levitsky took the pawn on d5. And it's not so difficult to guess what Frank Marshall recaptured with.
The queen, right?
We're not at the beautiful move yet. Okay. Also, there's a fine line between beautiful and just stupid. Sorry.
Well.
But you're kind of in the right mindset, maybe.
Right, okay.
Yes, so he recaptured the pawn, and our guy, Levitsky here, he prepared to castle with this move, bishop e2. Now, Frank Marshall, he also wants to castle at some point. Castling queen side looks suspicious, so he wants to prepare castling on the king side. How can he do that?
So I would say knight f6 first.
Yes.
Knight before bishops.
Yes, knight before bishops, also because white might capture in c5 at any point. And white might only capture here once black has wasted a move on moving the bishop.
Yeah, so if I move here and they capture, I have to move again.
It might happen anyway, but it's a good idea to just develop the knight first.
Okay, so knight f6.
Yes, knight f6. And Levitsky with the white pieces, he got to castle. And of course Marshall now also wanted to castle, but where should the bishop go?
So that's a leading question. I would think maybe just e7 to avoid any annoying pins. Yes. The other one would be d6, maybe looking at this, but I would play here.
Yes, that's a good move, and you're absolutely right, because when white's bishop goes to g5, and it does do that now, then it's kind of nice that there's no nasty pin on this diagonal. And Frank,
I can move the knight.
He can move the knight, or he can just castle.
And I will just castle here.
Great. Okay.
Save king.
Yes. So now Levitsky, he decided to take the pawn on c5.
Right.
Kind of eyeing this pawn actually, because if black just recaptures on c5, white might want to capture this knight. And suddenly this pawn would only be defended by the queen, and it would be attacked by both the white knight and the white queen. So Marshall said, this pawn is not going anywhere, let me just defend this pawn first.
Okay, so bishop e6.
Yes, bishop e6, developing, protecting the central pawn. And this pawn is not so easy to protect. So Stefan Levitsky, he chose to say, okay, never mind. I'll go here. And I'm going to grab the bishop pair in a moment. But Marshall said, that's fine. I don't need the bishop pair. I just need to get my pawn back.
So bishop takes pawn?
Bishop takes pawn on c5.
I have to figure out a way to do the capture where you know, the blitz capture.
Oh, yes.
With these, I'm so afraid to break them.
They are a little bit, they should be a little bit hardened now with the glue, so I think you can use them. This was Stefan Levitsky's idea, to grab here and take the bishop pair.
And I will recapture with the pawn.
Yes.
Hey, it worked.
Nice. And he had another idea, this Levitsky. He was not such a bad chess player. He said, okay, now that you took with your bishop on c5, there actually is a pin on this diagonal. And I can take advantage of this by putting my other bishop on g4.
Yeah, with an attack here.
An attack on the backwards pawn on e6. This bishop cannot be taken because the queen on d8 would be hanging.
Yeah, I cannot come in and capture.
Yeah.
So I need to figure out.
Yeah. And ideally you want to both protect this pawn and get out of this pin.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Very nice. Very good job. Now black might want to take here.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a complete disaster because white would be able to take back, but you know, white just wanted to win the bishop pair. So he moved this bishop back to h3. However, this bishop is not going to be it's going to get into trouble. It's going to be a troublesome bishop a little bit later.
Okay.
For now, Marshall, he continued to develop, and I want to ask you a question now that you and other people in the chat, try to practice asking yourself this question when you play chess. What piece is my worst piece? So which of the black pieces is doing the least right now?
Okay, so I'll just figure out how much I like the different pieces.
Yes.
So the bishop I like very much.
Yes, it's a good
Looking at the king, pinning the pawn.
Yes.
The two pawns here I like very much, staking a claim in the center. This knight attacks here and here.
Yes.
This one here and here. So all of those I'm happy with. So it's the rooks I'm looking at.
Yes.
And this one is potentially coordinating with the bishop if this knight were to move on the f2 square.
Yes, it's in a semi-open file.
Yeah, all right, a semi-open file.
And we call it semi-open because there is no black pawn. There is still a white pawn. So there are no completely open files yet. But that is semi-open, so that's a good spot for the rook.
That would be the other semi-open.
Yeah, for black. And then white has two semi-open files here, where there are no white pawns, but there are black pawns.
So this rook,
Yes.
somewhere.
Yes.
And I think this semi-open file makes sense. I think I don't really want to put it here, although it would lend defense to this. I don't putting it here, but I still cannot advance this pawn. And then rook f7, and then here.
Can I ask, why do you say that you still would not be able to advance that pawn?
If I put the rook here?
Yes.
Well,
because this is a weak pawn, and typically with these weak backwards pawn, if you can advance them, it's typically a good idea. So if you put your rook here, would you not maybe want to go here next move?
well, I'm afraid
Yes.
of bishop takes knight,
Yes.
and let's say rook takes, and then knight takes pawn.
Okay. That's a good point. I do think, however, we can maybe look at this very briefly. Let's say that it was black to move here, and black immediately got to push this. And then you say capturing here.
Maybe rook takes. Just
Maybe rook takes, or maybe even, I'm thinking if we take with the queen, we get another attacker on this one.
I take with the queen.
I gotta say I'm not 100% sure of this variation, because maybe this is good for white, but maybe it's not. Maybe black can capture here with the bishop with a check, And then once the king move, you can then move the queen. I'm not 100% sure, but
okay, it's complicated.
it is complicated.
And it's not what happened in the game.
It's not what happened in the game, no. And there was a knight here. And maybe you're right that that black doesn't want to move immediately here after rook e8, but this is what he played. But it's certainly something that black will look out for. Or maybe, black could first push here and then push e5. And I also agree, I think that rook c8 would also have been a good move.
So what does white do?
Well, white is just like black. White has... black doesn't have it anymore, but white has sad rook in the corner. A rook that hasn't been developed. And right now, can't really go anywhere very exciting. So I put his queen up like this. Makes a lot of sense. Protects this bishop and makes room for the rook. And makes room for the rook to join either here or here. But white now put his queen on the same diagonal and this bishop, this knight, sorry. And Marshall, he said, oh, let me make a pin.
So that's a very leading...
That's a very leading question. And this is actually kind of uncomfortable. Because with this knight pinned, black might have ideas to play. What move do you think? Yes, that move that we looked at before looks pretty uncomfortable. Another idea might even be to put the knight here, attacking both these pieces.
This also looks very dangerous.
Yeah. So white said, Levitsky here, he said, okay, I'm gonna make a forcing move. I'm gonna capture an f6. This way, of course, if you play here now, I can move the bishop back and capture, and the knight will not be able to go here.
So I capture with the rook?
Yes. Capturing with the rook. Staying on the semi-open file, keeping the king pretty safe behind these two pawns. And yes, and one could add that both kings look very safe. Do you agree?
Yeah, but probably you're going to tell me that black's king isn't safe, white's king isn't safe, but it looks safe as houses.
It looks super safe. We have this shield of pawns in front of our king. It looks like it's solid. Black just recaptured here, and white said, okay, let me just maybe stop ideas of this. Play this rook here. And one might ask, why can this not still be played?
Yeah, I'm wondering. But is it because...
I'm guessing it's a counter threat. Yes, I think that's it.
If I take here, you just take the queen, maybe.
I think the knight can move.
Like here?
Yeah, like a counter threat. And this would actually...
Takes.
Yeah, then white would be threatening both here and here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So pretty good idea from white.
Yeah, to put the rook here. And Marshall said, okay, not ready to push that pawn, but I can maybe add a little bit of pressure also on this knight. So he put his queen on c5. And I should add that this is still a balanced game. It hasn't gone wrong for white, at least not very much. So we still have the big surprise ahead of us.
Yeah.
Stefan Levitsky here, he decided he no longer wanted to be in this pin. And he also found like sort of a tricky move. He put his queen on e2. And Marshall, he said, oh, I spot a free pawn. A way to gain a pawn.
Bishop takes knight?
Yes.
Because knight takes and queen takes?
And that is what happened. You're getting pro at this. Take. Yes.
I'm proud, so proud. Oh,
that is
that was very loud.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry. But what do you think Stefan Levitsky had in mind? Did he just blunder a pawn? Or do you see a certain tactical motive?
The rook is undefended.
Undefended rook.
So
how can you take advantage of that?
Rook takes pawn?
Yes, exactly.
Because if pawn takes the queen...
And this is going to be checkmate, because check. You can only do one thing. And do you see the checkmate?
And I can't block like this, so I have to do this.
And then this would be checkmate.
But that, even though it looks cool, it's a common motif, so it's not...
It's a common back rank check, so it's not what we're looking for.
So, I don't know where these pieces are supposed to be.
Let me see.
This one is
we just
here.
captured, yes, and then... was this rook not here? No, it had captured here, and then there was a pawn on e6, right?
Yes.
So he took this pawn.
So he took that?
Yeah. And we just saw that black cannot take it. Black to move, and we just saw that black cannot capture the rook.
Okay. Okay, but it's okay.
And we're not quite at the beautiful move yet, but it's it's still a pretty nice move.
We're going to do something nice.
Yeah, something not not amazingly surprisingly nice, but just good
okay, I'll
move.
just say what I would play.
Yes.
I would do this.
Oh. Yes, exactly.
Because it defends, it attacks, it's defended, and the knight
everything
looks
you can
good.
ask for almost in a move, right?
Yeah.
Threatening this queen. Still, Levitsky would be able to defend in this position. He had to stay on this file with his queen. Play a move like maybe here.
To keep this.
To keep the threat on this rook. But even here, it's a little bit uncomfortable, because black would even be able to play a move like this. Because if the queen captures,
the knight comes with a fork.
There is a fork here.
So queen takes, knight, that's check, king moves, knight takes queen. Okay,
yes, exactly.
That's clever.
But that's what he had to do. He had to stay in this file, but maybe he saw that. So he decided to say, okay, I can attack the move in another way. I can go here with my queen.
You're attacking the rook?
Yes.
I was still not sure about these things, what that's about, but okay.
They're gonna come in very shortly, don't worry.
Okay, so my rook is attacked, but I'm attacking your rook, but I'm not sure I can take it. Queen takes, rook back. Now this check doesn't work, maybe. Queen defends here, there's no knight check. So, have we a beautiful move time?
Not quite.
Let's say I take the rook. You take my rook.
Yes.
Let's check. I go back with the rook. Your queen goes somewhere.
Yeah, maybe I could give the check on e6 still, and then after knight take, queen takes. It's probably going to be a pretty drawish endgame.
Okay.
Because the material right now is even.
So is it queen takes rook?
No.
It's not queen takes rook.
Oh, sorry, we're looking for
black's
move, yeah.
Of course. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but if you're right, if capture here, then the queen would capture in e8.
So I'm not capturing that.
No, you're defending now, but you're defending in a kind of active way.
How about this?
It's kind of nice. Is it threatening anything though?
Not really.
Because maybe this rook could just move. Maybe I could even be fancy. And do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And then this is still undefended. This is really, it's annoying to have an undefended piece.
So, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Doubling the rooks on the semi-open file, adding pressure. Just a good move. And now this rook is actually hanging.
So you have to move the rook?
Yes, and he moved the rook here, thinking that this was a smart move, adding pressure on this pawn. But now black is getting a very, very dangerous attack. And a very, actually there's a tactic that immediately will win material. So let's see, we're not at the beautiful move yet, but see if you can find a move that wins material.
I can win a pawn, I think.
You can win more than a pawn, actually.
More than a pawn. Okay, I'll just say what I'm thinking. I'm thinking rook takes pawn.
Yes.
Because if rook takes rook, then queen check. Oh, but it's defended like this.
Yes.
So that does not work. Winning material.
Maybe it does work because you would be able to go here instead with the queen.
Okay, maybe the geniuses in the comment section can figure it out.
But it's another move. It's a little bit more straightforward.
So
let me know if you want a small hint.
I would like a small hint.
You remember I said this bishop would come into troubles?
Yeah.
It will do so now.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
No, so okay, I've been thinking about capturing it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find a good way to do it.
Yeah.
But what if I do this? Is that good?
It's maybe it's good. But it's okay.
No, it doesn't look, because you're still defending
Can
this.
you do sort of the same but in a little bit more forcing way?
Check.
Like adding pressure on this bishop, I meant.
Adding pressure.
Yes.
Okay,
like that.
That makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense. First of all, this queen, she doesn't have a whole lot of squares she can go to. And no matter where she goes, there will be problems here.
With the bishop.
Yes. So in the game, Levitsky put his queen here in g5. And now
it's a pretty hard move to find.
Yeah.
For me, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand, because you had the double rooks and that was so nice, but then he had a change of plans. And now I want to ask you, what do you think about capturing this bishop?
Well, I think I can just capture it.
Yes. And if white captures back?
Then f3 is no longer defended, so knight comes here.
Very royal fork.
Check, and take the queen.
Yes, exactly. So he just took the bishop.
Okay.
Yes. And I maybe have to add that at this point, okay, white could not capture, so he played here, threatening the black queen. At this point, there are a few moves that will win the game for black. Like, black has a pretty good advantage here, but Marshall found the very best move, the top engine move, and this was way before this was, as I mentioned, back in 1912, so way before engines were even a thing. He found the best move, and you're now looking for the gold coin move.
The beautiful move that is somehow related to gold coin.
That is, I will tell you afterwards how it's related to gold coins.
I have been with the discussion about beauty, I tried to get some clues, right? Yes. And it's a quiet move, but it's a deadly move.
Yes.
And it's somehow both a sacrifice and not a sacrifice. Somehow.
Maybe I was being a little bit cryptic.
Okay.
You got it pretty right, actually.
Okay. And okay, so here are some things I'm considering. Queen takes rook. So maybe, because I want to distract this queen, right? So queen takes rook, queen takes queen, and then I'm thinking, okay, I do the check. then you move, and then takes.
Then you would almost
Takes,
be ready for Anastasia.
Can I show it?
Yes.
So I have to teleport this one at a point. I hope you are allowing me to teleport.
Yeah, you can teleport the rooks.
So I take here.
Yes.
Here. Check. King comes here. Check. These are not quiet moves.
No, but this is forced.
So if I could teleport this here,
yes,
then there's only one move, because the knight takes away this square and this square, which would be this, and then this would be checkmate.
Yes, and you could even have teleported it here.
Yeah, then it would have been checkmate immediately.
Do you know what this checkmate is called?
It's called the Anastasia, and it's Magnus Carlsen's favorite checkmate.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's
and it is cool.
And I like it. But just by the fact that this has a name, it's called Anastasia's mate. It's Magnus' favorite. We have seen it before. It's nice. It's lovely, but it's not super unique.
But do you know why it's called Anastasia's checkmate?
No.
It is from a very, very old chess book, where there is there are stories that are written as poems, and there are chess puzzles woven into these, and the sort of the princess, or like the heroine of the story, is called Anastasia.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's been a while since I read it, but I think that's the.
And then this is one of the puzzles that's in
it's like this.
Yeah, it is very nice. I didn't know it was Magnus' favorite.
Was teleporting allowed back in when this game was played?
It would certainly be unique, but it would also be
breaking the rules.
Breaking the rules of chess. We're not going to do that. Oh, sorry. Let me see here. This queen was here. Here.
I have a rook.
I have a black move here. That's true. Okay. So though I loved your idea about sacrificing the queen for the rook and then making an Anastasia's mate involving a teleportation move, it is something else. And it is more, now this is, as you mentioned, it's not so quiet. We're looking for a more quiet move, more like you're not capturing anything, you're not giving an immediate check. It's very subtle.
I'm not giving an immediate check.
Actually, it's not a check.
It's not a check. It's not a capture. It is quiet. And it's deadly.
It's very deadly.
So it's not a check, because I was thinking, okay, we'll do this.
I think this is one of the moves that still grants a black a good advantage, but it's not nearly as good as the move that Frank Marshall played over 100 years ago.
Okay.
And I mean, this is tricky stuff.
I mean,
it's like...
Do you know what I did? What is also a little bit tough for me? I have seen this before.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know the move, though.
You recognize something?
I recognize something.
You know what? I could give you a hint.
Right.
Maybe it's not going to be a good hint, but I can give you another one if you don't like the first one. Try looking for a move that looks the most impossible. Like the move that is... Think, what is the worst move you could play? What is something that looks like that would absolutely not be worth looking at? Because it would be bad in a million ways.
Like this.
Yeah, kind of like this. This looks completely idiotic.
Yeah.
I can capture it with both pawns. You're actually heading in the right direction. It's not this move, but
is it a queen move?
It is a queen move, yes.
So something that looks really stupid.
Yes.
Takes.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't do anything.
You're gonna think more stupid. No, it's brilliant what he played. So it's maybe wrong to call it stupid, but it's just.
I see a thing.
Yeah.
I see a thing that I can. If the knight wasn't here. But it's not this check, but I was just... Now, okay, I was thinking if I could get access to this here, I could threaten a checkmate here.
You're actually very right. This is a weak point. Because it's protected once, but it's also attacked once. So it's if you could get an extra attacker here, and a surprise, you can get an extra attacker on this pawn.
With the queen.
Maybe. I think I've given you enough hints now.
There's only... This is the only thing you can do.
That looks completely stupid.
Is that the move?
It is. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do now.
No.
Are you ready?
The coins. Ooh!
Yay!
I got a prize.
You got a prize, and this is the reason that I'm doing this little gimmick is because, according to Marshall himself, who played this game, who played this move with the black pieces, which is the best move, he said that the audience, this was played at a big tournament, they threw a gold coin on the board. They showered him with gold coins.
Really?
Because they were so impressed. They had just witnessed the most beautiful chess move in history, perhaps.
But they're not thinking he just blundered his queen for no reason. It looks completely insane.
No, I think they understood because White resigned here. Let's look at, maybe we should look at why White resigned, why this move was so incredibly... We can leave the gold coins.
Yeah, that's cool.
We can leave the gold coins.
Looks super cool.
Okay, this is an incredible move because you put your queen. This is what I mean with being a quiet move. You don't capture anything. You don't give a check. You put it on an empty square, and it can be captured 3 different ways.
1 pawn, 2 pawns,
and with the queen. Let's go over the options one by one.
So that's just a second. That's why this move is so crazy.
Yes.
Because it is a queen sacrifice, but I'm not capturing anything.
You're not giving a check.
I'm not giving a check, and you can capture it in 3 very different ways.
But all 3 are
losing.
incredibly bad. Let me show you the first way, which is maybe the worst of the moves. White could capture with this pawn.
Right.
Just gaining a queen, very nice. But this opens up for this file so that the king has no escape squares.
So that's checkmate.
So that is just checkmate.
In one move.
One move. You don't...
Okay, that's one of the options down, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so we cannot capture with this pawn. And then let's see what happens if we take with the other pawn. This is a little bit more difficult to spot, but it's still not that tricky.
Check.
The king cannot.
Because you only have one move.
Here, because the rook here, and there are some gold coins in the way, but
we can sort of...
we can scoop like this. The king cannot go here, it must go in the corner.
And I did this.
This is also checkmate, right?
It's also checkmate.
This is almost checkmate. Let's look at
there's like the last one.
Yeah, let's look at the last one.
Where is this? Is
here? Yeah, here. So queen g3 cannot capture with the pawn, and either the h pawn or the f pawn. But what if he had captured with the queen? Oh, sorry, the king is here.
Yeah, right.
What if he had captured with the queen?
I mean, I can win the queen back with the knight check.
This would actually, I think, have been the best move, but it's still very losing because now black has to move the king.
And I just take the queen for free.
Take the queen for free. Because this pawn cannot capture because it's pinned by this rook. And this pawn cannot capture because then rook takes f1 would be checkmate.
It's actually...
So white would now have to move the king.
Yeah, can I just to show?
Yeah.
This obviously can't capture.
Yeah, that's illegal.
But if you do this, rook takes here is checkmate.
Yes.
Okay, so the king has to move.
So the king has to move. And then black could quite simply... We are over the beautiful part now. Now you might say, oh, but there are 2 pieces hanging. Black might be able to take here, or black could maybe just even better give a check.
Just go away.
Go in the corner, and then move the rook. somewhere. And we still have ideas about making an Anastasia's mate. If we could get this book up here, then we would be threatening.
Yeah, we just moved the rook. We're still threatening this because all this is still
That's
this
true.
is still so we could go and
Yeah.
take that. So let's say you just do that.
So you give a check. I went here. Oh, you put.
If I just put the rook there,
Um,
there's no moves.
I mean, even if there were a move, black is up a whole knight. That's
Like if
too
you do,
much.
if you do this,
Yes.
I just go this check. I win the rook,
Yes.
and I'm already.
If you attack the knight,
I just take here.
yes, you take here. You defend the knight, but even if white were to capture, you would throw in the checkmate instead.
It's crazy.
And you're again threatening some checks. It's completely.
It's complete insanity how.
Yes. How you can. It reminds me a little bit of the last move in the World Chess Championship between Magnus Carlsen and Kayakin, Queen H6.
Yeah,
We can look at that another time. There are
that
certain
was check, though,
similarities.
right?
Yes, Queen H6 was with check, but it was still on an empty square, and it could be captured in two ways, but both
We're losing.
captures would lead to checkmate.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love you to show me that because I
Yes.
can remember that very well. But let's just remind people.
Oh, actually,
Oh,
I've completely forgot about this.
what's that?
This is
That's the prize,
The
maybe.
premium golden coin. It's slightly bigger than the others, and even better, this is made of chocolate.
Do I get to?
And it actually says, I don't know if you can see this, but it says, you're a winner. It's out of focus, but it says that you're a winner. So we can share this.
We're both winners.
We're both
And
winners.
also
Yeah.
we should cheer, like we should,
Oh, with the
with it?
chocolate? That's
yes,
a good idea.
because, cheers.
Cheers.
Because we are celebrating
We're celebrating my new channel.
your new channel.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So please, dear audience, consider going to Study Queen. There will be a link in the description. Consider
Yeah.
subscribing. There is a video already, and there will be one in how
Already,
long?
in a few days, in 2 days. I would be super happy if you would check it out. It's of course chess related. We're gonna do some chess studying and have a good time, like we always have. Yeah,
Maybe I'll drop by and
maybe we will get a visitor.
absolutely thank you so much.
Thank you,
And good luck with the channel. I'm so excited too.
thank you, and thank
Watch
you
it.
with all the help setting it up. Great.
Thanks for watching. Bye.